you moved into the Premier League. First of all, what was that like? And then talk us through that first game, because it was, I believe, Southampton, West Brom,
Yep.
and 3 red cards on your Premier League debut. Talk
Just
us
a
through that
quiet
one.
afternoon there for me.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I got the. I knew I was refereeing well. I knew I was doing well in the Football League. The emails come out on a Monday at 4 o'clock for the following Saturday, just to let you know where you're going. I hadn't had a heads up. Fixtures came through for the Football League. I didn't have one. Didn't have a game, so I was a little bit miffed, because you kind of sit there all day on a Monday waiting for, and as soon as it hits 4 o'clock, that email drops. I didn't have a game, so I was a bit like, I have to go shopping or something this Saturday. I don't fancy that. And then a couple of minutes later, the Premier League ones come through, which I always had a look at just out of intrigue more than anything, but didn't really take that much notice of because I wasn't on it. The only time I would look is to see if I was a fourth official. So when the Premier League one came, I didn't even look who the refs were. I just looked fourth official, fourth official, fourth official. I'm not on any of them. And I thought I was a bit gutted. I had a quick look
Yeah.
down again. I was getting texts on my phone. Congratulations, brilliant, delighted for you. Thinking, I've missed something here. I don't know what's happened yet. Gone back on the Football League fixtures, looked at the TV ones, the big nothing, back on the Premier League, and then saw that I was refereeing Southampton against West Brom. And cracking cure for constipation. I've got to say that takes nerves. That puts nerves a little bit. The week building up to that was a bit surreal. I was good friends. Obviously, I am good friends with a lot of the Premier League lads. So I spoke to them about the teams and, how do you prepare for that kind of game? There was no phone call, nothing from, PGMOL to say, just relax. And the expectation was go and ref it. Rightly so, I suppose. It was an interview at the end of the day. And you hope, and as much as you don't really care about a score, because it's not important to us, you're hoping just nothing controversial. Last on match of the day, everybody's gone to bed by that time. Nobody sees it. 0-0, no cards, brilliant. And as you said, we ended up with 3 red cards, 3-0 to the away team. It's first on match of the day. And luckily, the 3 red cards were correct. And again, I say you need that little bit of luck sometimes. Imagine the other way, if I'd have got 2 of those wrong, it might be the last Premier League game I'd ever refereed. The hard thing at that point then, Matt, is you go back to people telling you, it's the next best thing. And as much as I let that affect me a little bit when I was at level 4 and level 3, and, started to believe that a bit myself, with experience, I knew then that wasn't the case. The newspapers, he's the new kid on the block and all this. By that stage, you know that the same person who's written that will kill you next week if you make a mistake. It's a very fickle industry to be in. And there are lots of referees who think back to their best decisions. You asked me about my best game. You're only as good as your next decision as a ref. Doesn't matter what you've done. Doesn't matter whether you've ref the World Cup final. You're as good as your next decision. And if your next decision is a shocker, doesn't matter what you've done. So I knew that, that naivety had gone a little bit. But it was nice, as I said, that bit of luck. The game went well. It actually wasn't that hard a game to ref. As stupid as it sounds, it looks on paper like an absolute, car crash of a game. It really wasn't. There just happened to be 2 incidents in the game. One is an elbow, and then everyone comes in, and there's 2 red cards in that situation. 10 minutes later, it's a 2-footed tackle that comes out of nowhere. And actually, other than that, not much happened in the game. So, yeah, on paper, it looks like I refereed the toughest game you've ever seen in football. I could probably milk that a little bit, but it just really wasn't. So, yeah, a little bit of luck and an interesting start to a Premier League career.